what we tell Freddie, man. You
I
can't be
appreciate
out here
y'all
doing
for
no.
sure.
You can't be doing this. You can't be doing the show in the dark, man. You know, y'all boys been in the sun a little bit longer. This so
Hey, look,
we can't
I
see
don't know
nothing
who
but
got for
eyes
me
and
or Freddie,
teeth.
but we running the race. We running the race. My audio sounds good though,
Yeah,
because I'm in the bathroom
I
right now.
might
So
get
I thought Freddie was joking till he did my football camp over the summer. And goddamn, that boy fine shade, man. The shade, it don't matter where, it don't matter how bright it is. The shade gonna find Freddie and it's gonna give him a
right. You
look,
seen the picture. I
that's
don't know
how
if
I
you
am.
seen it.
Look,
Right, the picture of me when was at the national
I seen
championship.
that
Bro.
Billy, and when you look like an unlocked player,
Yeah,
you know how you finna fight on Tekken and the bitch be locked. You gotta beat some niggas first, and the nigga be pitches be dog.
yeah.
That's
All
it.
right, let's get this thing started. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy at Big Game James _36 with my co-host Struggle May 105 Freddie Stevenson, and this is Inside Drills, the only podcast for those who have actually lived this sport, lived this lifestyle from every aspect of it, and giving it to you rough, raw, real. Saints, even though we got a guy who only participated in 7-on-7, but this ain't like 7-on-7. This is we're gonna try to keep it a little bit realer in here, so it's more of a fire. We got a rivalry edition. We did the last time we did this, it worked out in our favor. Even though hopefully my guy has better. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he seems like he's on vacay, but hopefully he's got better Wi-Fi than Lance did because Lance had that. Lance might have had the worst Wi-Fi that we've ever had
Yeah.
in our life, but we got Ahmad Black, former safety from University of Florida. We're gonna talk about the rivalry. We're gonna talk about his impact in it, what it was like, what he thought about it from as a recruit, as a player. We're also gonna talk about what he played, his time in the NFL, and what he's got going
I'm
on.
on
So
video.
before we get into the hostilities, how's everything going with you, bro?
Everything's good, man. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. I'm great, man. Just enjoying my time out here in St. Pete Beach, and my in-laws are from out here, so we had some family come in town, and again, just enjoying it, man. Getting ready for this game on Saturday, man. Thanksgiving was great. I got a lot to be thankful for and whatnot, and I'm blessed. So I appreciate you guys for having me on.
no doubt, no doubt. It's all love and happy Thanksgiving, man. Blessed to you and your family. We'll make
Likewise,
sure we say that to start the show off.
Definitely, man. Definitely. It's always
likewise, for
good to
sure.
be healthy. So walk me through why, out of all the schools in the world, why would you choose to go to Gainesville?
I mean, it was crazy. I had a slew of offers coming out of school, man. I went to Lakeland High School in Lakeland, Florida. So, in Polk County with Freddie, and I went to school with like the Pouncey twins, Chris Rainey. So, man, we were so stacked on our squad, man. It was just, every day at practice was a different coach, right? So, we wanted to get somewhere that we can fit with each other. We wanted to go to school with each other, kind of. So, when it was recruiting time, we kind of threw our bias out the window with, as far as like what schools we liked and whatnot and grew up liking. And I grew up a Florida State fan, but I just knew, when it was time to pick a school, it was bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gonna lie, Florida State was iffy with me because they had just got your boy Rowe, safety they had. So they had just got him the class before me. So they really wasn't really too much tugging on me. You know what I'm saying? And I think Rainey was the first one to commit to Florida. He really wanted to go to Florida. He told everybody, whenever Florida offered me, I'm going. So I happened to go to a camp. I really originally was going to go to LSU with one of my high school teammates that went there. But some things had fell through and whatnot, man. They offered me, but it was one of them things where when it's time to commit, they start pulling their reins back a little bit, like, hold on, wait, one of them type deals. So um, I went to the Florida camp. Urban offered me on the spot, and part of me believes it was just to get the Pounceys and whatnot because they was committed to Florida State already. But it worked, man, and it worked in our favor. We were able to go to school all together. We went early and had some success.
Oh, so you was in that Tebow recruiting class
Nah, Tebow was the year before me. So Tebow,
the year
Spikes,
before you?
Brandon James, Riley Cooper, all those guys was the year before me. I was in there with me, Cam, Joe Hayden, Pouncey, Chris Rainey, Carlos Dunlap. That was our class. So
Just to touch on that, man, the guys that you talked about, we just seen something. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. A little stat came out. One of the top-ranked high school football teams of all time, Lakeland High School, that squad that y'all were on. How big is that for you to be a part of something special? You went to do something special in college, but to be a part of something special in high school as well.
it was just so crazy because originally I went to Kathleen High School. So when I made the transition to go to Lakeland, everything just clicked, man. And me and another guy from Kathleen, Scotty Bryant, who went to FIU, we all just went to Florida. To Lakeland together, and it just worked, man. Those guys had just won the year before, and I was able to go 30-0 at Lakeland. So I won 2 state championships. We was ranked number 1 in the country twice, and I enjoyed it, man. It was almost like I was playing, but it was a show every week, right? So it was almost like we was putting on a show and playing football at the same time every single week. So first time I flew on a plane, first time I, got to play in a college stadium, like all kind of stuff, man. I got to do at Lakeland, so I enjoyed it.
Okay. So going real back, so one of the jokes that we always have in the rivalry going back and forth is about those 2 classes that you named, like the one with Tebow before that and yours, is both famous and infamous. What I want to know is, what was it like? Like, was it like every day you just, oh shit, I know Buddy in trouble, like, or them Pouncey's
Oh,
crazy as hell, man. I don't
man,
really know
it
about
was
them.
just, I'm telling you, bro, on the weekends, it was like Friday when we get out of workout, it's almost like they were begging us not to just do nothing crazy over the weekend, bro. They're like, man, just please, just, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a lot of guys who, in that young adult age, right, who really don't know much. Urban used to always tell us between 18 and 24 is the most messed up years of your life, and you're just trying to get it all figured out. So, man, it was just almost an every weekend thing. It was just something, dog. It was just something, in Gainesville. And we just try to just, not let the fire just get bigger, right? It was always a fire, but we just try to make it, not be engulfed in the flames, right? So we just, on the weekends and whatnot, man, we try to rally together and stay together, man, so we can make it to the game. And, I can't tell you how many games that, I feel like we would have been better off in if we had all our players. So it was weird a little bit, but at the same time, man, we live in it, and it's a one-time thing. We live in this life that we get an opportunity to do. So we enjoyed it.
Who was one of the best players, like on offense, like the offense and defense when you were at Florida, not naming yourself, and then who was one of the best opponents that you went up against?
One of the best offensive players is Percy, easy,
Oh,
but
that's right.
we were
Fair.
so stacked with everything.
I should have said not named Percy, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Fair.
Well, I'm gonna give you a rundown. All right, so cool. We do goal line. Red zone 7-on-7. We got T-Boy at quarterback, Chris Rainey and Dempsey at running back, Hernandez at tight end, Percy at one wide receiver, Lewis Murphy at the other wide receiver, and Riley Cooper. Them guys going against Janoris Jenkins at one corner, Joe Hayden at the other corner, Will Hill at the nickel, Brandon Spikes at the middle linebacker, me and Major at safety. Every single day. So it was like almost inevitable for us to get better, right? Because Urban always like to preach that practice was harder than the games, which it was at a lot of times, man. Practice was so hard, but it's like when we get done doing that, now we're going against the Heisman Trophy winner every day. And then we go in the game against, Mississippi State or, even Georgia back then. I only lost to Georgia one time, and I was 3-0 as a starter. I didn't even start the freshman year, so we ain't really see nobody. It was that because we went to practice every day and practice hard against some of the best players in the country.
So hear that? We got to ask our question, man. You coming from a powerhouse Lakeland, man, then going to a prestigious university like Florida. What was your welcome to college football moment? It was like, all right, man, this is a little bit different. College is a little different than high school.
Man, my first day of practice, dog, man, Urban called me a bag of shit and kicked me out of practice. So it was terrible, man. But I graduated high school early and was able to go play at the University of Florida, but I almost regretted it. You know what I'm saying? And I almost wanted to leave at one point because of the standards that were so high, for our team, it was kind of like messing me up a little bit. And it wasn't making football fun for me. Because at the same time, I'm trying to learn how to play football and be a college student and being a young adult at the same time. Sorry, this dude got this cool thing going.
You brought up what you just brought up real quick. I want you to touch on that because in the current landscape with football, a lot of people get on these kids for transferring or they try to break stories real early saying this kid's gonna leave. Kind of talk us through, like, all right, man, shit, I was the finest girl at prom a month ago when you wanted me to come here. I didn't sign. Now you say I'm a bag of shit. Like what made you stay and how did you kind of like was
I'm
it your
I'm
circle around you or what happened?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. So I kind of got soft a little bit. I don't want to say what I want to say because I don't know if we curse or not. But I kind of
Oh,
acted
you
like a
curse.
little, yeah. I kind of acted like a little beat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So one day, I guess somebody had told him I was finna slide because after he kicked me out of practice, it was the first practice of the season, bro. I had been dealing with a hamstring. So after we had warmed up and whatnot, I went to the over there because I was hurt, and he came over there. Urban real animated. He was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Man, cause my hamstring." You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can play DB with a hurt hamstring, especially guarding them dudes. That's when we had Bubba Caldwell too. There's no way you can guard the people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to deal with that, and he was like, he told the trainer, "Get this bag of shit out of my practice." So the trainer get one of the gators to drive me, and I hold on, bro. and I let me go inside. I got in the gator, man, and we went back to the locker room. And I'm the only cat on the team in the locker room. Everybody else at practice, bro. So these guys are at practice, and I'm in the locker room. So I called my parents. I'm like, man, I don't even want to play because I had been there for a whole half a semester already. So this was like August, the season starting. I had been there since January. So I had already had ample enough time to be like, man, do I want to be here? Do I don't? You know what I'm saying? And like my dad was like, "Shit, you want to slide? You want to slide?" That's when USF was real good that year. Remember, they went to
Hmm.
like 2 in the country. So then I'm like, all right, cool. So I had text my coach. You know what I'm saying? So he could, when he get out of practice, he could see his phone. I was like, I want to talk to him. So when they got back, the DB coach had called me up to his office. So I said, man, coach, it's Chuck Heater at the time. I said, Chuck, man, I said, I don't even want to play football anymore. I said, this shit not even fun to me. And this man looked at me and said, man, get the hell out of my office. You talking stupid. And I'm like, I'm telling you right now, I don't want to play. This shit goofy. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just, whatever. Well, one day I went to go get my jersey and stuff before practice, and Urban came up to me at my locker. So he looked at me, he whispered to me, he said, I heard you trying to transfer. Now, instead of me saying, yeah, because I really was, you feel me? I'm trying to get up out of there. I was like, nah, coach, who told you that? He was like, don't worry about it. And he was like, I wasn't going to sign your papers so you can leave and be released anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So from then on, I'm like, man, okay, cool. I'm going to tell you what gave me some life, though, because I played safety. So when I got to Florida, I weighed 155. There's no safety in college football weigh 155 pounds. I'm just telling you that right now, especially at Florida. So they put me at corner. Problem is, I ain't got speed like that to be running up and down with these dudes. You feel me? So I look terrible in practice every single day. So we were going to play Florida State, and they were like, hey, man, my coach came up to me, like, we want to try you at safety. So I said, okay, cool. So I rocked down that safety that week. We beat Florida State we beat them decent that year. That was my freshman year. And they put me in the game a little bit towards the end. That's when they had the Cody Fagg and all them at wide receiver. And they had what's your boy name? Xavier Lee at quarterback with Weatherford. That's the team they had. They had Preston Parker out there. So they put me at corner. And I played a little bit. We get to the bowl game and I just turned up. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being in the special teams meeting, and Urban circled me with the laser. He was like, "This is gonna be a real special player for us." That's when things started turning around. So from then on, I ain't even play that game, bro. That was Michigan game in the Capital One Bowl. I ain't played not one snap. But then the next game was the next year. First game was Hawaii, and I started every game since then. That first game, the next year, I had 2 picks, ran one back for 80. Had like 9 tackles. So yeah, bro. I mean, that's how it really it went down crazy because you know at first me and Urban wasn't clicking. We weren't even seeing eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we pushed that to the side to you know to understand like, hey man, we both got the same common goals. We both trying to get to the same place. A couple injuries had happened. So I ran through that real quick. So we get done with spring. I was hooping. Yeah, I was balling, bro. It was off season, right? So I think it was summer A. So we walking off the field because the DBs had their drills by ourselves. So we walking off the field and we had to walk past the offense. Well, they was out there doing drills by themselves. So you know Percy talk that shit. So he said something to me. I say something to him back, you know, and we say something to him back. So then we go back out and they say, well, shit, line that shit up. So we like, okay, cool. So we don't got no coaches out there. So we line that bitch up. Well, they throw it deep, and our starting safety go to knock the ball down and come down wrong. So the next day, we get back to the locker room. They say he tore his ACL. And we like, dang, because this dude had just played, you know, a lot for us the year before, and we already knew he was going to be the starter. You see what I'm saying? And he played a lot in that 06 year. So when he told ACL, we like, damn. So what they did was they moved a dude that had been there a walk-on, but he been there for 4 years. They moved him from free safety to strong safety. So he had already told his ACL before. So the next day, bro, I'm not lying, bro. The next day, we were doing a lot of drills and stuff, and he told his ACL. So I'm like, damn. So now I'm second string. So I moved from like third string. Then instead of moving to second string the first time, they moved the dude from free to strong. So I stayed at third string. Then this dude takes ACL. Now I'm second string. So we go back home, like in between some A and B, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. And when I'm home, the dude who started in front of me catch a felony charge. So it's like, damn, like this it's getting crazy because like ain't nobody expecting all this to happen, bro. It was just laid out for me, bro. So I went from third string to first string without even practicing.
So let me
So
ask
I
you,
just
because you
go
know
ahead.
fans are stupid. Fans are stupid. So when all that happened, 'cause social media was big. What was they saying? What was shit,
Well,
we got this fourth
so
string
I'm a little bit
ass
older.
safety about to start that was about to quit.
So I'm a little bit older. So the only thing we had social media wise was MySpace was just phasing out and Facebook had just started.
Right.
So it wasn't really too much going on because Instagram and Twitter ain't come to like my junior senior year. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't really too much talk, but if it was, that shit got, I'm telling you, my first game started and I had 2 picks. I ran that bitch
Well,
back
that's
to the
true.
crib.
You shut that down
So
quick, huh?
and you know, I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but my first year starting, we won a national championship and I led the country in interceptions.
Hey, it's crazy. It made me think, man, the transfer portal is a blessing and a curse because if we had a transfer portal back then, you probably sliding out early.
Yeah,
I
I'm gone,
think
bro.
like it's a blessing and a curse because it forces you to wait and then you get put into a situation where a few things happen and then you get put into a position where now you get to be the star and you had a hell of a career at Florida. I see some
Yes.
guys sometimes they leave a little too early and they mess themselves
Yeah.
up. And then on the flip side, you see some guys that may wait a little too long and mess up their opportunity.
Well, everything fell into place, man. Like, you know, again, like one of the things when I talk about being blessed, you know, and having great blessings from God and whatnot, that just happened to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? And he had me in the right situation, and everything just fell into play, bro. And I was able to play in the national championship, you know, and I had just won 2 high school ones. You know what I'm saying? And with the same dudes to come back and do that, man, it just, you know, to see the Pounce twins starting, you know, Rainey starting, I'm starting, and we all left from high school together to do this. To this what we came to do is to play football and be big factors on our team, and we was able to do that. That's just, you know, I sit back sometimes and I just want to say thank you, bro, because you know how all of it played out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know a lot of guys don't get those opportunities, and you know, again, you know, for me, transfer portal just a little bit weird, dog. I just feel like, man, they just be trying to go, like, as soon as they get in there, bro, they just be trying to get up out of there, you know. And sometimes you gotta overcome adversity, bro, and you gotta get comfortable overcoming adversity to be comfortable in where you at. You know what I'm saying? dudes don't be wanting to do that. They just try to take the easy way out. And I learned, something with this generation, they want the glamour and gold and want the final product, but don't want to work to get it. And that's usually how it is.
Yeah, a lot of people today, they don't truly. I don't feel like a lot of people in the game that they love the game. They just love what come with it. Like we actually like if they took the internet away, like that's why it was weird to me kind of getting into the social media era because I ain't never do it for this. But once you get a business, it's like, all right, I gotta do this. So but guys, now you see them, man, they get 5 touchdowns put up on them, get bombed all game. Then they posting on Instagram like they just had a hell of a game.
And I was telling my wife that's so funny that I was telling my wife, I say, man, I'm looking at the game and seeing all he do. I say, man, babe, he's sorry. But watch what they do on social media. You ain't gonna know they trash, bro. A girl or whoever looking at their page, they gonna know. They're gonna see them making a play, not knowing the whole game they were getting drugged up.
I tell man, listen, none against the social media influencers. Y'all making a living on what y'all doing, but it can sure be misleading. Like my thing is like run up your followers, and if it benefits you financially, whatever the case may be, that's cool. But the only followers I truly be caring about is them Benjis following my ass to the bank.
Yeah,
that really. If social media followers can help me with that, then cool. But if not, then let's
run where I'm at with it. Yeah, so I'm
I'll tell you how
trying to figure out what I can do to better myself.
I'll tell you how much older I am. Like I remember when Rivals first started. Matter of fact, War Chant, we had all just did the football camp, and they put, I guess somebody had committed, a guy named Rona Hawkins. He passed in my class. He had committed, and they put a picture up of which one of these guys committed. And I'm on the internet. I don't even have internet at home. So like people calling my mom, like, your son on the internet, your son on this. And she's like, what's the internet? And she's like, so we don't bid, because she don't even know about recruiting like that. So somebody come in, take me to the high school computer lab, be like, hey man, you right here. And them big boy, that's when they was lying big. Then they had me at like 6'4", 6'4", 258. I said, what? I said, if I'm ever that big, I said, shoot. Shoot.
Look, they big lies because
I said, that's mad cap right there, boy. But
me at like 180 in my high school. Like no cap, bro. When I tell you I was 155, I stepped on they asked me to step on the scale. This is the true story. I stepped on the scale. He said, get off. I got off. He said, step back on again. And I stepped back on again. That bitch was dinging at 155. I left at 195. So yeah, man.
I done had a situation too. I remember we had Twitter was just being introduced when I was in high school. Like people was using it a lot. And I remember school coming in, they're like, yo, you not 6'4"? We thought you were 6'4". Like, hell no, I ain't never posted I was 6'4", none of that.
Yeah.
Then you only 6'1". Like, and I think who it was came in. I think it might have been Georgia. They tried me. They're like, man, yeah, we thought you was taller than this. And they was like looking at me at running back and stuff. And then on the other side as well, I was like, man, nah, but shoot, I'm a dog. I'm gonna be better than whoever y'all bring in.
Vince did me like that. Vince Williams. He don't even know we used to go to camp and all that shit together, man. And shit, really, Vince Williams' older brother Johnny is the reason why I played defense. Cause that man hit me at a camp one time, bro. I ain't even want to play football no more, bro. That man hit me so hard, but I think Vince came on a visit to Florida. He was like, man, you look bigger on TV or something like that. Size me real. I'm like, man, Polk County, like you know what I'm saying? You wanna do me like that? But yeah, man, people always think I'm bigger than I'm small, but I'm only 5'9" and a little bit, and then but it's just crazy. I make plays, bro, and that's what it's all about, bro. How many plays you gonna make and whatnot, and when your number call, are you gonna handle that or are you gonna fold? And shit, I was around a group of people and shit. How I was brought up, I ain't folding. You see what I'm saying? So
transitioning from Florida to the Bucks, talk about your what it was like for your career in the NFL, how you enjoyed it, things like that.
Well, it was real cool because I grew up a Bucks fan, so we right there next to Tampa. So when they was able to drive me, man, it was a blessing because number one, I wanted to be drafted, obviously, and I was able to be drafted to a team right up the road. You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely a blessing for me, man, and I enjoyed it. And the only thing different, man, you getting paid. Dudes still be kind of the same. I played in the SEC, so everything was fast. Everybody, did their thing. So You know, it wasn't really nothing too much different besides that.
Then you leave NFL and you go to you go to substitute teaching, or what do we go
Nah,
from there?
so so what happened is
And then
I went
also
back.
explain that to it. I want to give you
Yeah, you
a
can't.
Okay,
check because you
yeah.
know they're gonna give you a hard time no matter what. My dog Big No always review
One thing
about
I
that,
love,
bro.
bro, I respect, bro. You always have fun with it, bro. Like
Yeah,
Right,
man, I'm
I
having because
take
right.
pride
It
in
ain't that. Yeah.
yeah.
you
Don't
gotta
never
understand
let
too.
nobody like you feel me take away your smile. You feel me?
Nah, hell nah. You gotta understand too, bro. A lot of people who make that joke aren't even qualified to be that.
Ooh, facts.
Yeah,
So that's
Facts.
why I really just took it as a joke because it got to a point where I'm like, when dudes were saying like, "Oh, you're a substitute teacher," I'm like, "Well, post your degree. You ain't gonna post it? Ah, that's crazy. And you ain't gonna post it for me? So y'all want to beat me down talking about a so this how it went. So what happened was, number one, Florida is a number 5 school in the country, academic. So I left school without finishing my degree. So I went back and finished my degree at Florida. So when I went to finish my degree, my wife a teacher. So shoot, I was at the crib. I didn't know what I wanted to do next, man. I got my degree. I played in the league. I did everything I needed to do. So they was like, okay, cool. You want to be a substitute teacher, or, whatever you want to do. Shoot, I get to pick my hours. I get to go in when I want to go in. You know what I'm saying? Do what I need to do, still make an impact. You feel me? My first week in substitute teaching, I got offered 4 jobs to be a permanent teacher. I'm not gonna go in the ins and outs with all that on people with the
Right.
internet. You feel me? I just laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? But when I was a sub, I get to pick what days I want to go to work. I get to pick what school I want to go to. I get to pick what grade I want to be in. Everybody don't get that opportunity to do that. And we want to hurry for money like that. Come on, bro.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we was at with it. And shit. I enjoyed every minute of it because half the time I was at my wife's school, so we chilling. And getting the opportunity to be an impact with these kids and whatnot, man. And I that was just something just to hold my time over because at the time my son wasn't born, so it was
yeah.
just my wife and my daughter, and my daughter was in probably like first or second grade. You know what I'm saying? So she go to school with my wife. Now I'm at the house all day. You want forms of income? Shit, that's a couple of dollars that I really ain't got to do too much for. You know what I'm saying? Go in there and read a piece of paper and instruct the class. My major is family youth and community science, so it's all about childhood early development.
Yeah, I
So
think
then you got cats to get on the internet and do that. Oh, you tripping? But I ain't finna. I'm gonna just joke with it too, because you want to joke, we can joke. Now where
I,
your degree at?
I think it's funny though, cause like our whole lives as football players too. Since we was jits, we grinded to make it to the top of our profession, and all of us had an opportunity to do that. And they don't understand like the sacrifices we made on the other side of it, as far as turning down other goals and aspirations that we may have, so that we can accomplish that goal. So now that you're
Absolutely.
done and you done set your pockets up a little bit, now you got to figure out what's my purpose in life outside of ball. So
Right.
while it's funny to other people, you know what I'm saying, you getting ahead in life. Like they thinking about
Then,
money. Like now my
then,
pocket's great. You still over there grinding. But now I'm
but let
finna
me,
figure out what I got to get out of life now. So while I'm
yeah,
figuring it out, I'm gonna go substitute. I may have a passion for giving back to kids in these schools, so I'm gonna go see. I'm not gonna turn it down, and that's why I respect it. It's funny to people on the internet, but it's people who don't live this, and we starting to find our niche. I respect it 100, man. Like it's funny to people on the internet, but the internet is the internet.
yeah.
We don't know what they doing when they log off the internet. They might throw up when they look in the mirror at the person that's staring back at
You
them.
feel me?
You know
You
what I'm
feel
That
me?
saying?
part.
I
Yeah.
love
So
when I look in the mirror myself because I know everything I am and stand for on the internet. That's
I'm
me.
putting it
You know?
in. Yeah,
And
bro.
so,
So you gotta understand too, bro. Like as a kid, I never once said I wanted to play 15 years in the league. I never one time said I want to be, some Hall of Famer. Like, man, that's cool. My goal as a kid was to make it to the NFL. I did that. Like these same dudes who saying, "Oh, you a substitute teacher," da 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 da. I guarantee you, they went and paid for Madden, the same game that the people used to pay me to be on.
yeah.
Bro, I literally just got a Madden check like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, literally. Oh yeah, we forgot to give you this check, bro. I'm getting paid, like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna kiki with you about something that you know what I'm saying. That ain't no point because that ain't even fair. That's not even a fair fight. They don't even know it. It's not a fair fight. That's not a fair fight. You see what I'm
I
saying?
always tell people this: at the end of the day, only one of us play with each other on the video game. More than
You
likely,
know
I
what I'm
never
saying?
played with you on the video game. You played with me though. Like I
You
went to
feel
your
me?
face. So
You feel me? Like when college was really rocking, college football, man, I was an impact player, man. I was 93 overall. Y'all tripping. And then I got to see myself. I got to see myself for 4 years on college football. Then for about 4 or 5 on Madden. Even when I went on the team, I was a free agent. You can go with free agents and see. You feel
which is
me?
wild
So,
because you're getting the check because you
bro,
in the NFLPA.
I got a back check from NCAA.
Oh yeah, that back check was cold. I like that. That one.
You feel me? So I ain't even. It's no point of arguing with y'all, man. I just do it for fun, man. Just to keep some shit going on the internet, man. And I enjoy just having fun and trolling it too. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you
So
can't take the internet too serious, man. It's all
nah,
the game.
absolutely not. Yeah, man.
No, but that's real. That's right. But I think that's real righteous and solid. Get a chance to be around kids and impact. You didn't owe an explanation. I just figured I'm gonna
Nah,
get. I gotta ask it because I already know who I'm
yeah,
gonna see, and I'm gonna be
yeah.
like, hey man, listen. But nah, when I tell people about coaching, I hate. Actually, I don't hate coaching. I like the interaction I have with kids more than I like because everybody know more than you know,
Yeah.
and like I always have to explain to them, you're trying to get where I've been at.
Right.
Like, and I don't get that much money from it. I'm like, it's at worst, it may be Christmas gifts, it may be a purse from my old lady, it may be something like, but it ain't gonna be a lot of money.
I only,
Like
bro.
I could
I
do a lot of other things with this money, but
I
to make
I,
this
I coach at high school, bro, and I turned down a check.
right. That's why I told somebody this shit. This is like they told me I had to go through a background check, which I was fine
Now
with.
you see what I'm saying? I'm not doing
Yeah,
that. Listen, do
yeah,
you
I
want me
had
to
to go
coach or
through.
not?
It was the like I had to take classes to coach. I'm like, what you mean? I didn't like. I'm
Nah.
like, I gotta take three. There's like you gotta take 9 hours of class. I said, man, that sounds too much like school, bro. I was like, y'all want me to
Nah.
coach? If you want me to coach, just get somebody else that need it. Like, yeah,
But
I'm
you
fine.
feel me? See, I every day so I couldn't really, they relaxed me, so I couldn't really do all that, bro. And I just left it alone. And if you want me to help coach, I'm a coach. You know, if you don't, that's fine too. There's more time with my wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed it, man. I turned down the check. I didn't really need the check. I just like being out there with the kids. You know what I'm saying? And you guys, Freddie, shoot, I'm at Mulberry High School. Nobody in a million years thought I would have went to Mulberry High School. It's one of the smallest schools in the county who don't win much. I called them and told them I wanted to help coach there. They ain't called me. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? So yeah, man, that's what I'm on. I'm just all about I get on the internet again and laugh and kiki. The type of person I am, man. I'm super laid back and chill, man. I enjoy myself. I enjoy helping others, and that's what I'm all about.
All right, so that's good to know the you behind the like outside of the past. But man, let's talk about what it is. Who would have thought in August that we would say the most secure football job right now is in Tallahassee? What in the hell happened with damn mother? I know he weird and he
It,
quirky, but like
yeah,
damn
man.
dog, like for real, like the boys wasn't rocking with him like that.
It was a meltdown, dog, and I think, man, I think it's been a plethora of things that's going on in Gainesville and whatnot. I don't know too much detail. It just looked like he didn't want to be there no more, and the guys was just really laying down, man. And I don't know if it, from the recruiting remark that he made, or but when he said it though, it kind of made sense because look at our recruits and look at where we rank, man. That it started making sense. So you know, before it got real ugly, I think they had to make a decision, and it was best for both parties. So it's almost like a mutual agreement, but at the same time, you got to respect the university and what they got going on. You can't just let somebody be bigger than the university just because y'all got relationships and whatnot.
that being said, man, with him gone, I know a lot of people gonna feel relieved. A lot of people you could tell they weren't really rocking with him just from the play. Like you go from almost knocking off Bama to playing how you playing now. Like there was some type of disconnect that
Yeah,
took place along the course of the season. With him gone, I don't expect it to turn around right away. But at the same time, this still is the same team that almost knocked Bama off. So
yeah,
as far as like the game this week, we've been kind of building. Florida State been building over the past few weeks. And
Yeah.
kind of been descending a little bit. Do we expect to see a different team this week, or are you expecting some of the same?
Like I told Snoop the other day, man, just it's a rival game. I don't care what your record is. Like I'm sitting here watching, USF and UCF. UCF usually run through them people. Well, it's 13-14, and UCF up by 1, and USF got the ball. So, it's a lot of things that go into play as far as when you're playing a rival that you got to throw out the window, man. And these guys got recruited together, went to high school together, ate off the same table sometime, and shoot. Now it's time to put your talent on the field and go to work, man. And again, regardless of what's going on, I'm not saying this gonna happen again, but we have fired the coach and played y'all and won. So anything can happen. It's any given Saturday, man. And I just know it's a lot of talented guys, that's going out there regardless of what the records say, man, on both sides of the ball. And it's gonna be fun to watch. It's all about bragging rights now. Everything else go out the window, man. And bragging rights and the chance to play an extra game. So for another show too, I'm gonna get on about how dudes don't want to play the bowl game. We can talk about that another time. But I don't like that either, bro. But I don't like all that skipping the bowl game and all that. But this is an opportunity to play the bowl game, man, and finish your season the right way.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people get spoiled, and especially FSU fans too, because before tagging them came, we had 36 straight years of going to a bowl game. Like you could, and I tell my radio partner this all the time. I'm like, y'all have the Florida Georgia game, right? So like every year, y'all have a built-in bowl game in the middle of the season. Like you leave Gainesville,
Right.
you go to
Right.
Jacksonville. From a player perspective, but from a fan perspective, people like build their whole year. Like they gonna meet friends, they gonna have
Yeah.
events and stuff. So
Yeah.
people used to plan their holidays around a bowl game with FSU. So when you don't have that no more, it's kind of like
Yeah.
and then we got spoiled. Like all I know is January 1st bowls. Like
Yeah.
I never like I got joked with them. Like my the year after I left when I was in New Orleans, they played in like the Emerald Diamond Nut Bowl. Some I hadn't even
Yeah.
heard of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, I would have signed with an agent. I wasn't going. I think they played on Christmas Eve. I was like, nah, dog. I'm spending Christmas
Nah.
Eve with my
Yeah.
family, man.
Yeah.
that little day and a half we had break during the whole week. That's what I was going to spend with my family. But again, that's being spoiled. But like I had to
Right.
explain to people, bowl games are fun. Like you get
It's
money.
fun, bro. You get money, you
Yeah.
get gifts. You be there for a week and
Right.
you just go relax and have fun and play football, bro.
Right. Like you got class right now. You got class in football. Like all you got is basically you got to wake up in the morning, go to meetings, you got practice, and after practice, you eat some food, and then like two or 3 days during that week, you got a mandatory bowl function that's
Yeah.
over at like 8, and then you out. You going out every night. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
ain't nothing like that. Like I was telling some of them guys until I say we got seniors that ain't never experienced that before.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, dog, you guys need to go out there and play so you could go
So you can
somewhere. And
finish
they're
it
gonna go
off.
somewhere decent. So hopefully
Yeah.
they'll go out there and
So
clash. But like you said, it's a rivalry game and you
yeah,
never
man.
know what's gonna go. Our like where does when you were there, because I know you beat Florida State 4 years in a row. You got
3.
Georgia,
We lost to him my
LSU, I
senior
think.
year.
You said what?
We lost to him my senior year. That
Okay,
was
my
that.
bad. So you got
Yeah.
Georgia, LSU's a rival, y'all. Y'all play them every year. FSU. Like, where do y'all when y'all come in? Like, what do they talk? How do they talk about the
So
rivalry?
so we don't talk about LSU for real. We talk about Tennessee, Georgia, Florida State. So I was part of it. Like I never lost to Tennessee. I lost to Georgia one time as a freshman. Lost to Florida State one time as a senior. Like we really handled our rivals, especially with Urban, man. But when we played Florida State around the time I was there, it wasn't really no competition, But that's how I go sometimes, because when I left, Florida State was whooping us, and we wasn't no competition. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I go, I guess. We got spoiled with the '90s, in the early 2000s, and that, we may not ever see that again. You see what I'm saying? So, we don't really rank them, but that's the games that we know we got to beat our rivals. It's those three right there: Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida State.
We rank over here, man. Like,
yeah, it's y'all. Like, we really don't.
Now, who I hate the most? I hated Florida State, bro, but I can't stand Georgia, dog. I can't stand Georgia, bro. It's just something about Georgia. I can't stand Georgia, dog. I don't know, bro. They be talking all that crazy stuff, man, and they ain't won shit. And even this year, I don't think they're gonna win it. To be quite frank, keep it up. If you're gonna give me a hot take,
That's a hot take right there, man.
Yeah, I don't even think they're gonna do it. To be keeping it up, because they run into Alabama. It's like mind control, like Debo. You know what I'm saying? They mind control, man. You know, I know that's a coaching staff and players that gonna stand in the paint. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna see, bro. It's gonna be interesting, man. But you know, just excited to go out there. And I was supposed to go to the game, but I turned down tickets, and we got family in town and whatnot. And I'm gonna watch it from afar, man. But I just know it's gonna be a good game, regardless of what the record show.
And it's an early game too, so one of us gonna be upset, but we're gonna have a lot of time to digest and
I ain't watching no more, bro. Listen, when the Gators lose, bro, I don't even care about college football, bro.
Hey, I heard that, right? He said win, not if. So no.
I'm talking about whenever we lose. Like,
okay.
Yeah, whenever if the Gators lose on Saturday, I'm ready for the Bucks, man. I ain't even care about this shit no more, man.
That's funny.
I'm ready for the Bucks, man. I'm ready. Nah, bro, don't let Lakeland lose on Friday, and the Gators, and Tampa. Oh, man, y'all gonna hear from me on Monday on Twitter. Hey, you better believe that, because I ain't taking no prisoners, bro. I'm just letting it all hang out. If all three of them lose.
Nah, that's gonna be that early game is either gonna make people drink to celebrate or drink the more. But either way, it's gonna be drinking.
The last time I remember it being a Gator game, bro, early against Florida State, bro, was when they had Benjamin. I remember just Benjamin going on top of us on a deep ball. I think we had Vernon Hargraves and all them back there. That's the only memory I got, because every time else it should be at nighttime. So,
right, that's a good point. Like but then again, this is the first time. Like, it's an important game, but it's the least important one in the rivalry.
You feel me? Yeah,
normally somebody. Like, when it's a game like this, like I was telling somebody, like in the 90s, it was like number 3 versus number 1, or number 1 versus number 5, and whoever won that game is playing in what's considered a national championship. Or one team is good and the other team's just average, but at least one team is good. And then, shoot, when you got this right here, these boys battling for a bowl game.
Yeah, for sure. And again, man, I just hate how watered down they got the bowl games, man. I don't like it. I don't like it because, again, that's a lot. I mean, my senior year, we were 8-5, bro. 7-5 going to the bowl. We won the bowl, and man, it was just I played. We went on that. Talking about not playing. I want you to go in the Urban Meyer office and tell him you ain't playing because you want to get ready for the league. That shit ain't finna happen. So you might as well kiss the baby. We lost, bro. We won a national championship. We went undefeated all next year. Lost the SEC championship. And had to play Cincinnati. They was undefeated in the Sugar Bowl. You don't think people on our team were going to the league? Joe Hayden and all them? Them boys played, bro. That was T-Bone the last game. We put 50 on the people. Blew that shit out. Went to the crib. So, it's going to be interesting, dog. I'm ready to see it.
Yeah, I know you got a slide, man. We sure appreciate you coming on.
Nah, for sure, man. Anytime, man. I just make sure y'all catch up with me, man. I even come on, afterwards and whatnot and give my thoughts. And again, man, I just appreciate y'all just having me on and give me an opportunity, man. Because I love everything y'all doing. Even though y'all a rival school, y'all still with people, man. We gotta stick it together, man. And when shit get tough, but again, I appreciate the love, man, always, because one day they're gonna forget about you. You feel me? Yeah. That's how I live, dog. So take advantage of your window that you got, small window.
That part, man. Well, appreciate you, Ahmad. We got Ahmad Black, former Gator great again. Yes, he is. I know it's tough for people to say it, but he's one of the better safeties that they have had in the program history I was even educated by my
Absolutely.
boy Juice about it. So I was just like, is he really? Like I saw a graphic, I was like, is he really that? And Juice was like, yeah, dog. Well, check him out.
Put it like this. All right, put it like this. I got 2 picks called back. I picked 6 Mullen one time when he was at Mississippi State. I finished with 13 career picks. The record is 15. And I got 2 called back. One against Mullen, one against Arkansas. Right?
There it is.
I had 244 tackles. So I'm going to put this in perspective for y'all. Ready? Reggie Nelson, even though he only played 2 years, I only played 3. Right? Because my freshman year, I ain't getting no defensive snaps for real. Reggie Nelson finished with 7 career interceptions. I had a season with 7. I let the SEC twice in interception. So like, yes, Reggie Nelson is the eraser. He's our goal to me. But I know you had like dudes like Lewis Oliver. I know you had like Lawrence Wright and stuff like that. But to me, Reggie. But if you want to go numbers wise, nobody can touch me.
I mean, even if it was 5, y'all been playing football for like 170 some fucking years. So like that's still pretty good. So again, just giving respect to where it's due.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully
man. I'm just happy to get named with those players, man. That's a great group of players, and I'm happy to even be in the same conversation with them guys.
So man, appreciate you coming on. Hopefully the game is exciting. Much success in life except for Saturday at noon. Hopefully, hopefully you guys' interest, your best interest or your alma mater is in our best interest of our alma mater, and we're winning.
Right.
But either way, man, keep in contact with us, man. Keep doing great things in the community, man. And we appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Y'all keep going, striving for the top, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Be easy and go enjoy your family, man.
All right. Likewise. All right.